IGN, and welcome to the Thrilla in Manila. My name is Jose Otero, and I'm here with Brian Altano.
What's up?
And this is the classic.
Yeah. Are you good at this game?
I used to be.
Me too.
And
I don't know what happened.
Damn passkey 007-373-5963.
Yep.
I will know this number longer. I've known this number longer than I've known my social security number.
There are people very close to me in my
scary.
life, and I don't know their phone numbers.
But
I know this
You don't have
number.
to know phone numbers anymore, right? Because
You don't have to know this anymore.
I guess that's true. Here we go in the first round, and it's Little Mac versus the French guy.
Glass Joe. First of all, I always thought it was very funny the way they drew the shorts in this game, because it just looks very dirty down there. Also, Glass Joe is a hilarious boxer. Like, this dude is so terrible at his job.
Yeah, if you saw his win-loss record, you already know what's up.
Yeah.
And he's kind of the laughing joke of the Punch Out series. Although Gabby J, I thought, replaced him in Super Punch Out.
Yeah, for sure. Gabby J. Yay.
Yeah. Yeah, which is like, okay, just let him do that and put him down and move on.
There's a handful of boxers in this game that you can actually KO in the first round, and Glass Joe is, of course, absolutely one of them.
No, and he's kind of meant to be. It's just sort of that easy, like, oh, this is nice and slow and super simple. I love that secrets to this game are still getting found, by the way.
Yeah,
Like,
there was one the other day on Reddit about Bald Bull, where watching a guy in the crowd who apparently has a mustache, or a beard, he moves his face or blinks at the exact moment you're supposed to hit Bald Bull.
Oh,
which
really?
That just came out a couple weeks ago. It was crazy.
What?
It's totally crazy.
Yeah, and this is TKO rules, so triple knockdown is in effect.
Yeah,
oh, man,
this was
that
also
a
very
rip.
early on in the Nintendo Entertainment System life cycle, where Mario first started making appearances in almost every game. You saw him in tennis. He played as a bunch of characters in baseball, and he's the referee
here.
in
and
Punch
that was
Out.
a really smart thing that Nintendo did, which I don't. I guess I'm just trying to think, like, what was the thinking there? But I guess he was their Mickey Mouse by that point, right? They realized, well, hey, this was a big hit. We kind of changed video games forever. And then there was this guy, Von Kaiser from Germany, Berlin.
Yeah, you basically this is a trip through various racial stereotypes from around the world and throughout history.
Mm-hmm.
It just gets more and more racist as it goes, and then you start playing evil versions, even more evil versions of those racist characters.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like, he's the early version of what's his name again? The Tiger.
Great Tiger.
Great Tiger. Yes.
Yeah, there's some, and this is when the game, like, when you were a little kid, the game first started getting a little challenging, just because you start to see the boxers where all of a sudden they have like these tells, right, where they're rolling their fists or shaking their head, they're flashing a little bit.
I love that if you jab him once and you have an uppercut, you just pull back and he's like.
I don't know if I told you the story, Jose, but in 1985 or 86, when I got my NES, we got it from a store called Crazy Eddie's, which is. Oh man,
I remember those prices are.
Yeah, you remember, right?
Are you
was this
me?
maniacal, crazy person, insane
God,
person. He actually went to jail for embezzling. Yeah, all that stuff. He went to jail for embezzling.
Did blow off the back of.
Of a Atari Jaguar, or a real Jaguar.
I missed my because of that statement.
So we drove from New Jersey into New York to buy an NES, because for some reason it was cheaper at Crazy Eddie. We took it home and we hooked it up, and my dad got it working, and the first thing I ever heard coming out of any video game ever from my house was this music.
Oh, really?
And my dad was like, let me try this. And he sat down, he lost to Glass Joe, and we all made fun of him. And he never played another video game again. That was it. My dad's entire history with video games was setting up an NES, losing to Glass Joe, and moving on.
I just remember the hype because Tyson was on the cover, and Tyson at that time was the 17-year-old knockout machine.
Yeah,
where you could not. Like, Tyson was just a monster. Like, he would be done with you in if he wasn't done with you in round 1, 2, or 3, you could maybe go the distance.
Yeah. Well, it was kind of like a tiger just playing with his food at that point.
Yeah,
that too. This is before Tyson got in a lot of legal trouble and went to trial multiple times and went to jail.
Bit of Vander Holyfield.
Yeah, he just all the bad stuff that came out. So eventually, Mike Tyson was replaced by a guy named Mr. Dream, who wasn't a real boxer. They just put him in the game. Or I used to call him White Tyson.
Yeah. Oh, really? That's actually a good way to look at it.
But Piss and Honda is when this game really, really starts getting racist. Because in between rounds, if you make it that far, Piss and Honda says things. His catchphrases are basically just Japanese company names.
Yeah.
He's just like Little Mac is like
this is pre-treehouse, folks. Like this is.
And Little Mac is sitting there, and Doc, who's his trainer, is like giving him advice. He's like, "Get in there, and you got to fight hard, and you really win." And Piston Hans is just like, Toshiba, Toyota, Mitsubishi. That's what he says.
I always love the sprite work of this game, and I also love the way the boxers fall down.
Yeah, totally.
Because sometimes even the way they fall is different per side.
Yep.
Like I think there was one boxer, I think it might have been Don Flamenco, that when he falls, and I could be getting this wrong, but he like zigzags on the way down to the corner versus like if you hit him through the other way, he'll just fall a specific way.
He does that like
Soda Popinski is still the scariest thing I have ever seen in my life.
Well, because he's a 9-foot-tall drunk guy
who's pink.
That's from alcoholism.
Vodka. So I heard I think legend says the name was Vodka Drunkinski.
Yeah, in Japan.
And then it was changed to Soda Popinski.
Yeah. Which
is still just like, okay, sure. I mean, Nintendo had to kind of keep that family-friendly image.
Yeah.
Here's New York, by the way. This is where I'm from. I loved it as a kid growing up. I was from the Bronx. Little Mac was from the Bronx. So it was like, oh, that's it.
You have the Statue of Liberty who looks like she's firing a gun in the air.
Yeah, it was better than the Statue of Liberty in Sky Kid, where if you did a loop-de-loop by your legs.
Now you've got Don Flamenco. Don Flamenco is basically this Spanish lover boy who comes out with a rose in his mouth. Took me a while to catch that. When you beat him up hard enough in between rounds, he loses the front of his hair and he starts complaining about how he's not going to get ladies anymore.
He starts falling apart. There's an easy fanfic here about these fighters and their fronts.
Yep.
And who they really are in the end. So the secret here being left, right, which I screwed up, of course, right there. But
look how
left,
fast he
right,
moves.
left, right.
One of the things I really appreciate about this game is the sense of scale in sprites. This is actually one of the first times you saw a sprite that was like a third of the screen. And how small they are compared to Little Mac. Like once you start fighting guys like Bald Bull, you're like, this is like a 35-year-old steroid guy fighting a 10-year-old kid.
Oh yeah, no, totally. He's terrifying too, that man. So there we go. 2 different ways to fall down. That's the zigzag one. I got it wrong. I said left corner. It's
and you do
right.
have this amazing moment here too where they start to tempt you with like, are they staying down? Are they getting up?
Yep.
In a very heated battle, they'll get down to like 8 or 9. You'll be like, they're knocked out. And nope, they get back up for some more. So
I keep screwing that up. I want to get to King Hippo before we have to go.
You're doing good. Right, you're doing good. I think you might get there.
Yeah. No, it's hard to. I spent so many hours playing this game, but I did reach like peak fear when I got to Sandman because he's just the crazier bull.
Yeah.
And then when you get to Super Macho Man, who's just the scariest figure known to man. Purely for anatomical reasons alone. I mean, the things he could do with his chest.
His pecs start moving like boxing gloves.
What in the world?
I always appreciated Bald Bull because he's got those like the slot machine eyeballs. So there's like.
And this is where like this part of the bracket in the Punch Out campaign is really where they want you to start thinking.
This is where the game turns into a puzzle game, basically.
Yeah, because he won't show his belly unless you get him in the mouth.
Yeah.
Unless you punch him in the face, in the mouth, and he won't show that. See, like you can try all you want.
Yeah, you really have to wait for that moment right there.
And then there's no special combo to his stomach. You just have to do that until he runs out.
It's impossible to TKO this guy.
Yeah, that's true.
You can only KO him, so... I believe so. I mean, unless there's some secret that Reddit just came up with.
I'm pretty sure that's right. No, I was thinking of the King Hippo in Punch Out, the one that came out on Wii.
Yeah.
And how they changed something about him. Eventually, I think in the rematch, he has like a the manhole cover on his stomach.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's so cool. I forgot about that.
Yeah, that was really well thought out. Like props to those guys who
well, he's got this like open wound at that point that you've just been beaten on for 20 years.
Yep.
I think it's kind of fascinating, as beloved as this game is, that there are only 3 games in this franchise. I mean, you look at any other Nintendo franchise, there's almost dozens of them sometimes. We only got 3 Punch-Out games.
How are you on Super Punch-Out? Because I have always been mildly indifferent towards that game. And I've heard I should not be that way.
I think it's a gorgeous, really fun game that didn't click with me the same way this did.
Yep.
But I have 2 younger brothers growing up, or still do, and they got way into that game, you know.
Yep. So
but I think it's really cool.
This is my pattern to Great Tiger. Sorry, no, and that was my thing. Like I knew some folks growing up who absolutely swore by, "Whoa, can't you hit him when the gem is
well, that's a big part of it.
Oh man, this is not going well.
I always love that facing mix. There you go. That's what you want. Now hit him with that star. Nice.
One more time. I love that he goes flying into the corner. If
Oh,
you get
yeah.
that hit. It's just wow.
Now his special move in this too is the first time you're like, oh, there's magic in this game. We're not grounded in reality anymore.
Yeah, there's a guy in I want to say in one of the other Punch Outs that okay, I'm gonna lose this match on purpose. Actually, I should. Wait. Stop. You know what? I just want to get you knocked down one more time. I think because why
Let's
not?
see if he does his special move anytime soon.
I'm waiting for it. Come on,
wow.
man. Oh, well, I guess
Putting
that
a
was
hurt
bad.
on you.
Yeah, I'm not really doing my best with this guy. This is the one part in Punch Out where it always becomes, am I going to keep going or not?
Yep, me too. This is when it really.
Oh, no. This is it.
Bad timing. Block. But you're gonna have nothing to get back to him. No!
And I'm always like, oh, again? Are you kidding me?
Man.
Oh well, we've had enough. We're throwing in the towel.
Look at that face. Look what happened to us.
Yeah, there goes my good looks. But for more NVC Classic Let's Plays, you're already in the right place. Thank you, Brian. Right here at
IGN, where a kitten is no match for a tiger. He has a skinned animal in the corner of his ring. What a sick dude.